Back already, huh? Have you detected any movement on the surface?
Well, I looked for the Cardinals meeting, just like you said. The thing is, I was spotted by some weirdos. They chased after me and everything.
Some weirdos, you say? So very helpful.
By the look of them, I'd wager they're experienced combatants. I'm not certain this is a wise endeavor.
I was thinking the very same thing. Time to make a strategic retreat, then?
Turning back already?
Oh, but you'll make me so sad.
Now why would you want to do that?
If Happy sighs, monsters come running. No, I'm not kidding.
I'm not sure what you could possibly mean by that.
I wish, Happy, but no. Absolutely no sighing. And Constance, be glorious in moderation.
How could you possibly know that? Have you been snooping within the confines of my very mind?
I shall restore House Nouvelle to its former glory at all costs! It's practically your catchphrase.
Oh yeah, the gates! They're so damn sturdy, I nearly broke my priceless fist on one.
You punched one? Like a brute? Ugh, why must you always behave in such an infantile manner?
He probably thought that was the best way to test its sturdiness. He doesn't have bad intentions, he's just that dumb.
Ballface, if you broke the mechanism, I'm sacrificing you to the creepy doll.
Hey boss, been meaning to ask. How'd you end up down here in Abyss?
What is this? Some sort of interrogation? Hey, friend. Let's not deny that there's a connection between us. How about you and me have ourselves a little date, huh? When the bell strikes midnight, meet me out front of the Holy Mausoleum. My only condition is that you arrive promptly after midnight, and not a moment before. What say you? It's the most romantic time of the evening, of course. Or is the idea of a date with me not appealing to you? Sorry to have roped you into all of this, friend. We owe you. Just stick with us a bit longer, won't you? Ever since I was a kid, I've lived my life by one rule. That I'd only play my hand if I was guaranteed victory. I've gotten this far by using my cunning in any way necessary. Lying, cheating, even killing when there was no other way. But this next play? Well, the odds don't exactly seem to be in my favor. Not unless you trust me enough to provide me with an ace. Never you mind, friend. Let's just go. After all I've gone and done for you, Alfric, I would think you'd have just a bit more faith in me. Your silence speaks volumes. Guess this is the end of the niceties. It's all on you now, friend. I'm sure you and the others will figure it out. Finally, you're all awake. Good morning, sleepyheads. Or is it a good evening?
Yuri, you scoundrel! You are unfit to speak to us, liar that you are!
Yeah, liar, blah blah. Nothing I haven't heard before.
You want to die, that it? Fine. I'll kill you myself. Just stop that crafty nonsense of yours and face me, fist to fist.
Shut it. I've lived through hell and worse. After climbing my way here, you really think I want to die?
Then why throw your life away for the likes of Elfric?
Some things are more important than my own life. Some things are worth protecting.
You were diligent, Yuri. You kept me abreast of all the Ashen Wolves' movements. As recompense for being such a good student of my flock, I will gladly hear any final words from you.
That's fresh. If you knew me at all, you'd know these won't be my final words. I'm simply biding my time.
For what?
For the goddess's descent. Can you hear it? She's coming.
We're all on the same page. But first things first. Let me see that pretty face of yours, boss.
Hmm? I love the lip on this one. Let's do this, wolves.
Always worrying about everyone but yourself. Stop with that already, yeah?
There you go, being cute again. So, what's your deal? Worried about my well-being? That's adorable. Despite that, I'm not about to just roll over and play dead on this. So I figured I'd pay them a little visit, have a spot of tea with their boss. Makes sense, you know. I play my cards wisely. I wouldn't play if there wasn't any hope of winning. There you go, being adorable again. I don't think that's a good idea, but thanks. I trust you, for now. But I don't know how reliable you actually are. Just so we're clear, you mess with any of my people, I'll slit your throat without hesitation. Got that? Can't quite remember how old I was, but my mother had taken in an elderly man wandering the town. He was worse for wear, could barely even walk. She nursed him back to health under our humble roof. In return for her kindly gesture, he taught me to read and write. This notebook is a relic of those times. And I'll never know. Shortly after curing me of my illness, he passed on. Natural causes. My illness, it turns out, was part of a larger plague that swept through our village. So many died, and there I was, having escaped death by some strange luck. I felt grateful and helpless. So little Yuri figured it would be his mission to help anyone he could as he grew up. However I could. Not necessarily by making gold rain from the sky, but in smaller ways. The streets are filled with kids who have no homes, no food, so many dying of disease, or some cheap medicine would have saved them. I figure, if I can save even one unlucky soul, well, then I'm doing my part, you know? It's a small dream, but it's one I hold in my heart. To help those who need it. It's what my gang's about. I do what I have to, whether people view it as fair or foul. Yet another time, I took a name befitting the kingdom that landed me in the academy as a noble's adopted son. That's how I've gotten this far and earned my fortune. In doing so, I've spread my wings of protection further, to help those who need it most. As though I'd tell you, friend. Somewhere along the way, I figured I should record the names of those I've lost. The ones I failed to protect. So writing their names down here, that's all just for me. For the one who's still around. After all, they deserve to be remembered. Even if they're not here to see it. We all shared the same dream. They lost their lives to build that dream. And as their leader, it's on me to remember them, however I can. Oh, you think so, do you? And here I thought I was just the heartless villain in your eyes. Well, anyway, make of my notebook what you will. It doesn't matter much to me. If you go before I do, I'll make sure to add you in here as well. You heard me. I mean, you're not exactly one of my people, per se. At this point, I do have to admit that I can count on you. I kinda get the sense that if I hang around you, that dream I've been grasping for will become all the more real. So, do me a favor and don't go dying on me, okay? Alright, whatever. I'll get right to it. You're the ruler of Fodlan now. That makes you the most powerful person in the world. Next to your brilliance, I'm not much more than a flightless sparrow. All I've got are my dreams, a handful of people working for me, and a pittance of gold. Well, and my undeniable charms, of course. So I've got to know, is there any room in your bright and shining world for someone like me? I always repay what's owed. It's how I sleep at night. But if you really don't need it, I've got another idea. Maybe it's more of an agreement. In return for this ring, I ask for you. Don't play coy with me. Or maybe you're just dragging me over the coals for fun. But I've set my sights even higher. A future in which nobody has to die from something as awful as poverty. I know it's a dream worth reaching for, however grand it might be. And you are truly special. I feel like together that dream could be made a reality. It may never happen, but it's important to try. Anyway, I'm just a person like anyone. I'll die, just like anyone. But now I've come to want something else. When I go, I want someone around to write my name in my old notebook. I can't see anyone else more suited to the task than you. What's wrong? Did I say something strange? I just want to make sure things are set up properly. You never know when it'll be my time. I suppose I did just talk a fair bit about death during a proposal, didn't I? Normally, I'm much more charming. I think you get it anyway. So, will you accept my offer? Yeah? Something else you want? Well, you certainly don't forget, huh? I've always kept it private out of necessity. Couldn't have such a secret being spread around, after all. If there's anyone I'll tell, it's you. Listen closely now. Having fun?
Yuri! Wow, you really snuck up on me. When did you get back?
Just now. More importantly, why are you snooping through things that don't belong to you?
But wait, the name on that letter. Is that your real name? So Yuri's an alias and you're really
No need to say it! And yes, what parent would call their kid by an alias anyway?
Oh, Yuri, you're back? I thought you'd still be away.
Well, look who it is. I figured if I didn't come back before sunset, someone might get worried and ransack my room again.
I wasn't ransacking. You're gonna keep holding that over my head, aren't you? About your real name. Your mom gave it to you, right? Where does it come from? I've never heard anything like it before.
Look up. No, a little more to the left. See that bright star over there?
Bright star. To the left? Which one? There are thousands of stars up there. And they're all bright.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter if you find it or not. Anyway, it's that star's ancient name. The white star that the goddess herself made into a disciple. My mother is a devout follower of Zeros. But I know it's a pretty ostentatious name for a penniless kid.
It just shows how much you mean to her.
Yeah. Well, I do like it. She gave it to me after all. I'm not sure how much of the scripture she really understands, but knowing her, I'm certain she put a lot of consideration into my name. I've used many names, and each one comes with its own mask. But when I hear my real name, all those facades fall away. The only people who can call me that are those who are truly special to me. Immediate family, or someone just as important. Which means that if you're so intent on using my name, you'd better be willing to spend the rest of your life by my side.
The rest of my life, huh? Okay, I'll think about it.
The look on your face right now, it's priceless. Regardless, it does make me happy to hear that you like my name. And if you ever decide you're up for it, let me know, okay? I'll think it over too, just in case.